3 hours from now, on the red clay of the Foro Italico in Rome, the entire nation of Kazakhstan is going to hold its collective breath. A 20-year-old Filipina, ranked world number 42, will walk onto center court to face the reigning Australian Open champion. The reigning Wimbledon conquering Thunder server, the ice queen of the WTA Tour, the two-time Grand Slam winner who just dismantled Maria Sakkari 6-4 and 6-1 with the casual brutality of a player operating 2 gears above the rest of the tour. And if the tennis establishment thinks they know exactly what is about to happen, they have not been paying attention. Because Alexandra Eala has a 4-3 record against top 10 opposition. 4 wins, including Iga Swiatek, including Madison Keys, including Jasmine Paolini, including Coco Gauff. And now, Elena Rybakina is the next massive name on her hit list. Stop everything you are doing right now. Put your phone on airplane mode. Turn the volume to absolute maximum. Lock the door. Tell every Filipino you know to clear their entire afternoon. Because what is about to unfold on the most prestigious clay court complex in Italy is not just the biggest match of Alexandra Eala's young career. It is a seismic event. It is the moment her clay court arc reaches its highest possible elevation in the calendar week before Roland Garros. The Italian Open, round of 32, WTA 1000, May 10, 2026. And the ultimate David versus Goliath narrative is about to be tested by a David who has already slain 4 giants this season alone, and who just brought a lethal heavy left-handed top-spin forehand to the fight. Let me lay out exactly what is at stake, and exactly why this is the most consequential match of the entire 2026 European clay swing for Alexandra Eala. She walks into center court today carrying 16 tour-level wins across 10 tournaments this season, the most wins of any left-handed player on the WTA Tour in 2026. She has just produced the breakthrough clay court performance her career has been building toward since she arrived at the Rafa Nadal Academy as a 12-year-old in 2018. She bageled Magdalena Frech in the opening set of the first round, weathered the Polish veteran's counterattack, and closed the third set 6-4 with a 68% second-serve win rate that reversed every clay court doubt that built up across Linz, Stuttgart, and Madrid. Then, she executed a flawless, terrifying masterclass to avenge her Auckland heartbreak. She destroyed Wang Xinyu 6-4, 6-3 after recovering from a 3-0 deficit in the opening set. She broke a world-class player's serve 7 times. She committed 0 double faults. She became the first Filipino in the Open era to advance to the 3rd round of the Italian Open. The momentum is real. The form is climbing. The confidence is absolutely terrifying. And now the wall. Elena Rybakina, the Kazakh Thunder. A biomechanical masterpiece engineered for absolute baseline destruction. 6 feet of pure tennis weaponry. 26 years old. World number 2. Reigning Australian Open champion after defeating world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka in the final earlier this year. WTA Finals winner. A player whose serve has been clocked at over 120 miles per hour with the kind of placement and precision that turns service games into clinical executions. She walks into this match with 24 wins and 2 losses in her last 26 WTA 1000 contests after winning the first set. 12 consecutive opening match wins at WTA 1000 events. The kind of structural numbers that suggest she does not simply beat opponents on this stage. She processes them. But now, we must layer in the surface dynamics because clay does not naturally favor the Rybakina blueprint. Her game is built on first strike tennis, massive serve, crushing flat forehand from the baseline, quick points, the quicker the better. On a fast grass court, her ground strokes pierce through the air like laser beams, but clay slows the ball. It lengthens the rally. It neutralizes the serve advantage. It forces the kind of extended, grueling construction that is theoretically Ella's greatest strength. After years of suffering and training under the most decorated clay court coaching infrastructure on earth, Rybakina has acknowledged this vulnerability herself. Her clay court record at the Italian Open before today was modest. Her first round of 16 appearance in Rome required her to simply defeat Sakkari 6-4 and 6-1. That was not a clay court masterclass. That was a power player executing on a slow surface against a player whose own serve was misfiring. The blueprint Rybakina used against Sakkari will not work the same way against Eala. This is the ultimate battle between flat power and heavy topspin. When Eala rips her Nadal-style forehand cross-court, the ball will not sit comfortably at Rybakina's waist. It will kick violently upwards, leaping toward her shoulders, completely disrupting her kinetic chain, and forcing her to hit defensive, awkward shots. And that is where the matchup gets incredibly dangerous for the world number 2. Eala's record against top 10 opposition is one of the most underappreciated, terrifying statistics in current women's tennis. 4 wins, 3 losses, sample size of 7 matches, win rate above 57%. Let me walk you through every one of those wins because the pattern they reveal is critical. At the 2025 Miami Open, ranked outside the top 120, she defeated former world number 5 Madison Keys 6-4, 6-2. She defeated former world number 2 Iga Swiatek 6-2, 7-5 in the quarterfinals. 2 top 5 wins in the same week. At the 2026 Dubai Tennis Championships, she dismantled world number 8 Jasmine Paolini 6-1 in the first set en route to a 6-1, 7-6 victory. And in March 2026 at Indian Wells, she walked onto stadium court against world number 4 Coco Gauff and was leading 6-2, 2-0 when Gauff retired. 4 top 10 wins, 3 different surfaces, different opponents with completely different styles. A Polish baseliner, a Polish first strike player, an Italian counterpuncher, an American powerhouse. Eala has demonstrated the tactical adaptability to neutralize multiple variations of elite opposition. She does not have one trick, she has a master toolkit. And every match in this Italian Open run has been her sharpening that toolkit further on the exact surface that was supposed to expose her. Now decode the tactical chess match that will play out on center court today. Rybakina's primary weapon is her massive serve on clay, where the ball sits up slightly higher. The absolute lethality of that serve gets blunted by maybe 10%. That 10% matters. It gives Eala the chance to drop deep behind the baseline, read the trajectory, and get her racket on more first serves than Rybakina is accustomed to. And once the rally begins, Rybakina's preference for short burst tennis becomes a massive liability against a Filipina who has been trained to extend rallies, force errors, and outlast power players in lung-burning baseline exchanges. The longer the points last, the better the matchup tilts for Eala. Then there is the second serve. Rybakina, despite her dominant first delivery, has been historically vulnerable on second serve on clay, hovering in the high 40s to low 50s win percentage. Eala's return game has won 36.7% of return games across 2026. That is an elite number. Her ability to read the toss and load the return aggressively means every single Rybakina second serve will be a prime target. If Eala can break the Rybakina serve even once or twice across 2 sets, the match transforms from a power demonstration into a grueling tactical battle. And in tactical battles on red clay, the player with the deeper clay court foundation usually finds the answer. Layer in this psychological dimension. This is a profound clash of expectations. Eala has absolutely nothing to lose. She is playing with pure house money. The bookmakers have priced this match as a Rybakina cruise. The media expects a straight sets victory for the Kazakh. That removes the pressure from Eala's shoulders entirely. She plays freely. She plays loose. She plays with the fearless aggression that produced 4 top 10 upsets. Rybakina, by contrast, carries the crushing burden of expectation. She is supposed to win. The entire Tennis Federation of Kazakhstan expects her to dominate. A loss to an unseeded player ranked 40 spots below her on clay, in a match where she is the prohibitive favorite, would generate uncomfortable headlines about her clay court vulnerability ahead of Roland Garros. The psychological pressure asymmetry heavily favors the underdog. And then there is the Eala army. The Filipino fans across Europe have been mobilizing throughout this Italian Open run. The crowd at Pietrangeli for the Fresh and Wong matches was visibly populated with Philippine flags. The chants in Tagalog have been roaring on broadcast microphones. The energy is entirely one-directional. In the Philippines, tennis does not have billions of dollars of state backing. It is a sport built on grassroots passion and family sacrifice. In a clay court rally that extends beyond 15 shots, when both players are gasping and the atmosphere is suffocating with tension, the player who hears 115 million voices channeling their belief through the stadium walls finds an extra step that the opponent simply cannot match. Rybakina has never played against the Eala army at full deployment on a slow surface. That experience is not in her muscle memory. The path beyond this match crystallizes the stakes. If Eala wins, she advances to the round of 16 at the Italian Open, a first-time achievement on a WTA 1000 clay event for a Filipino player. The ranking points alone would push her toward her career high ranking. The seeding implications for Roland Garros become massive. If she loses, she still walks away with 3 wins at a WTA 1000 clay event, the avenging of her Auckland loss, and incredible momentum. There is no bad outcome from this match for Eala's broader trajectory, but the path matters less than the principle. Today, on center court, Alexandra Eala will demonstrate to the entire WTA Tour that she is not a hard-court specialist who got lucky on clay. She will demonstrate that the Mallorca Recovery Week produced a structurally better player. She will demonstrate that the methodology absorbed across 8 years at the Rafa Nadal Academy produces results against the most decorated active power servers on tour. The progression matters. The signal sent to the locker room matters. 3 o'clock at the Foro Italico, Rome, Italy. Round of 32. 20-year-old left-handed Filipina versus the reigning Australian Open champion who serves bombs. The first ever meeting between the two. The biggest match of Eala's career to date. The opportunity to rewrite the entire conversation about her ceiling on European red dirt. So, here's what I need from the Eala army right now. Maximum mobilization. Total deployment. Share this video everywhere. Send it to every Filipino you know. Flood the Italian Open social media accounts. Tell me how Eala should approach the Rybakina serve. Tell me what tactical adjustments you think will work. I want every comment section across every platform looking like a war room 3 hours before the most important match of the entire week. Drop the Philippine flag. Drop the fire. Tell the algorithm that 115 million Filipinos are watching with their hearts in their throats. Either way, today belongs to Alexandra Eala. Terra na Eala Army. 3 o'clock at the Foro Italico. The wall stands, the hammer comes down, and we are watching every swing. Let me leave you with one final image. Every clay court generation produces a defining underdog moment. In 2017, Elena Ostapenko walked into Roland Garros and won the title. In 2021, Leylah Fernandez walked into the US Open and reached the final. In 2025, Eala herself walked into Miami and beat Swiatek. These moments emerge from matches the establishment dismissed as routine. Today, the conditions are perfectly aligned for another one of those moments. Rybakina knows this. The world number 2 is not invincible on clay. She can be neutralized by an opponent with the right tools, the right preparation, and the right mentality. Eala has all 3. The right tools, a heavy left-handed forehand that destroys kinetic chains, a second serve that just produced 68%, the right preparation, 2 clay court matches already won in Rome, 8 years of Nadal Academy training. The right mentality for top 10 wins, 0 pressure, the Eala army behind her. If Eala plays the match of her life today, she pulls the upset. If she plays at her current level, she pushes Rybakina to 3 grueling sets. There is no losing scenario. There is only the question of how high the ceiling rises today. The court is red. The match is today. The opportunity is real. The Eala army is deployed. Terra more, Eala army. Today the wall meets the hammer. Today the underdog meets the giant. And today, Alexandra Eala has the chance to write her name into Italian Open history forever.